You see the Witcher 4 tech demo? Witcher 4's got a tech demo right now? What the fuck? Are you shitting me? Oh, just to watch? Damn, brother. Damn, I thought you meant we were going to be able to play it. Hold up, hold up. All right, guys, this is the Witcher 4 gameplay Unreal Engine 5.6 tech demo. State of Unreal 2025.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing. So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovier, and you'll get to explore it in a game.
Kovier. Dude,
Right
look at the
now,
waterfall in
Ciri
the
is
background.
investigating a monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village.
Oh my lord, man. Keep in mind, this is just on a PlayStation.
All right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
PC is going to look even better.
Weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt and Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
Oh my god, dude, this looks...
We return to town.
You remember when everyone said she wasn't sexy enough?
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed.
Goth Mommy
And
2.0.
we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and
God,
grounded.
dog, this looks stunning.
And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
What is the purpose of even showing this? It's fucking amazing, though. It's fucking amazing. I have no idea why they're showing all of this, but hot damn it, man.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovier with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with Nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce Nanite foliage.
Oh my god, dude.
And
Oh my
in
God.
order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea...
Look at the
was
bear
needed.
over there.
So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage.
Brother, you don't have to go outside anymore. I'm serious, guys. I'm in the woods right now. I'm in the forest. I am touching the grass.
Modeling every single leaf and pine needle. And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in Nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists
Look at
to
that,
render
man.
whatever amount of foliage is needed.
That adds to the
achieve their
immersion,
vision
dude.
Without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri.
Chad, are you in it right now? Like, I'm in the game right now. I am
Welcome to
literally
Vault
here.
Rest. So Vault Rest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade, and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her...
Let's see what this actually looks like in-game and not pre-rendered. G-Stu, this is in-game right now. Like, so I don't know if you've played Witcher before, like Witcher 3 or anything like that. It's seamless transitions. Even in cutscenes as well, it's seamless. Whether that's a thing with Unreal or CD Projekt, I don't know. But like, They do a fantastic job with this, but this is legitimate. Other than UI, which you can a lot of times you can even set up in your settings where your UI disappears when you're on your horse. This is not something that's just like some of this other stuff pre-rendered, but this is definitely what gameplay would look like.
High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace. And
Yeah, Cyberpunk had 0 issues for consoles on launch cross. Look, I don't doubt that. I know. I remember the refunds. I remember the catastrophe. However, you have to acknowledge that CD Projekt RED can bowed up. They spit out. They literally, dude, the turnaround they did for Cyberpunk is one of the best turnarounds you will ever see in any other game. And they coincided this with the launch of Edge Runners. Brother, dude, this game's gonna and I don't know. I don't think it's going to be just hunky-dory for consoles out there. I'm sure that some of them are going to struggle for sure. But PC guys, we should be good.
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valkyros has to offer.
Destiny would look insane on this engine. Dragon Wolf, thank you so much for the 5 months, my man. Twitch chat sucked me. love and hate you also, Cross. Take your time and send it to Narnia.
Notice how responsive the world is.
He's playing right now, by the way.
Directly affect what happens around you. Sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together. Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper. That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
Let me just say this too. If you're doubting Witcher, this next Witcher game, just go play Witcher 3 right now, and you'll be blown away how well it holds up even today in 2025. No, I mean, go play it right now, and you'll be blown away how well it holds up even now.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series quest his own. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You're off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Ah, Witcheress. What news of my wagons? No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. No. Kovier's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men, quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catch this is. Won't find none fresher.
Rugged me ladies after one of them.
Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest?
All of this just adds to the immersion.
Got mackerel cod, all Brexit's finest.
And there is tons of tech to play here, even in this simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth.
A proper living world, yeah.
Yeah, and all of
This is the next Witcher game, guys.
Sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in Pillory isn't exciting enough for Valkyros. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus. But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
So they're showing just how far the engine can go. Look at all the rendering here.
So you
The
are
amount
seeing
of NPCs you could put on the
optimizations
screen.
here to many of Unreal systems. including an entirely new Unreal animation
Look at
framework,
that.
allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents.
Dude, I still remember years ago, Assassin's Creed, like them also showcasing something like this. I can't remember which Assassin's Creed it was, but it was very, very important to have as many NPCs around because, you know, as you're like moving through the crowd and all that stuff, like you want the feeling of like you're a stealthy assassin that's blending in with their environments. Unity, probably. Yeah, I'm sure some of y'all remember that showcase.
All going about their business. And
Cross, but can you see the jiggle? Oh my God. I don't know. We'll pay attention to some of the gameplay. If anyone sees some jiggle, y'all let me know. That could just be a First Descendant thing or like a Stellar Blade thing.
the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. And that's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri?
Valid question. Oh my God.
We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
Dude, has Unreal just won?
So
Like,
we're
have they
almost done,
won?
but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at Lanexeter.
Oh my Lord, dude. Is that a griffin?
Onward, Kelby. We've worked.
Hot, man, hot. Manicore.
Seriously, it looks amazing. And we've also barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So here's Julien to tell you even more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So I'm happy to be the one to talk about what went into the 5.6 release. An open world like that was just the perfect content to focus on our main goal for the release, which was performance. We want the engine to scale to large and rich worlds. We want to preserve graphics quality. And of course, we want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect. So let's check it out, starting with rendering. If you all remember, when we released Nanite with UE5, it supported static geometry. Last year, we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one is to use 3D geometry for all parts of the trees, just like we do for everything else. However, this is a crazy amount of fine geometry. So we had to rethink how trees are created and displayed. To create them, we developed Nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the spruces from the forest. They are instanced thousands of times and used like building blocks to assemble trees in different ways. And as you probably noticed with the wind effect, they even support skeletal animation, which runs on the GPU. Thanks to assembly, we greatly reduce the storage, the runtime memory, and the rendering cost. Then, to display an entire forest, the challenge was to preserve fidelity and performance from any distance. Let's check up close the level of detail we're talking about here. Lots of details. But this triangle representation is not the most efficient when far away, due to the amount of overlapping. And that's why we made an adaptive voxel representation. But in reality, you'll never see those voxels this close, since when we move the camera back, they're barely a pixel. Nanite foliage is almost done. We are moving it to the main line as we speak, and it will be available for everyone in 5.7.
Dude, I mean, when you see stuff like this, you have to ask, like, I have to ask the question, like, for instance, Bungie, is the Tiger engine getting these levels of updates? Because like Unreal is being packaged and sent out for developers to use worldwide on a commercial scale, whereas the Tiger engine is an in-house engine for Bungie, and amongst many other engines, by the way, that are in-house for developers. My question is like, are they keeping up in these technological jumps similar to Unreal? Because we don't ever see anything behind the scenes as far as like engine upgrades to the Tiger engine. I would love to see that. Look, this is kind of the nerd shit that, like, if Bungie was ever to be like, hey, listen, we're doing a VIDOC, half the VIDOC is going to be talking about what we've done to the Tiger engine to update it to bring it to 2025 or 2026 or whatever. I don't know about you guys. I would be I would be so down for that. Like, hit me with the nerd talk. Show me what, like, even all this little shit, like it's this nanite stuff and the way they triangulate things and the way when you move away from it, you don't see the individual pixels. As Bungie has stated, it's hard to update a game engine. The question is at what point do game developers cave and say, we're just going to use Unreal? With like so many people going to university and that are learning to become game devs and they're learning in Unreal, and you've got like a ton of people in the industry that have experience in some level of Unreal, to then bring them into your studio to teach them how to work with their in-house engines. At what point do developers just go, we're going with Unreal?
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.